6-1. That'd be 7-1, hopefully. Watching iHuck's game right now while I'm playing mine. Pretty intense.
It's a special prime time edition of the NFL on EA Sports.
I know he let the right end for the Titans catch 2 interceptions on him. Pretty insane.
The former second-round pick back in 2014, Jimmy Garoppolo trotting into place, looking to guide this San Francisco 49er offense.
And I'll bet right now just one thought in his mind.
Win the game.
Oh, yeah, without a doubt. He played pretty well. I mean, he didn't turn over the ball in terms of interceptions.
No,
right?
2 touchdown passes last week.
2 touchdown passes, but when your team doesn't win, that's just hollow. And the best quarterbacks don't care about anything but whether or not their team won.
And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
Number 27, Kareem.
The numbers on the ground for Hunt a week ago. 13 carries, 51 yards.
And now that he's playing a Thursday night game, short week, you know, he spent a lot of time in the trainer's room in the cold tub trying to get his legs back for this game.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Looking to throw, Garoppolo. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Pressure, and that's certainly going to be a key to this game going forward. And that time, they were able to get in there and influence the throw. Remember, quarterbacks got to get rid of it. They don't have the Tucker roll that they can fall back on anymore.
Throwing is Garoppolo on 3rd down. Now Garoppolo,
like I was saying, Aaron Donald's a beast.
And the Packers pick it up, and he will bring this one back. A fumble return for a Green Bay touchdown.
With Josh Allen.
So the big fella gets on the scoreboard with a return for a touchdown. Good thing he didn't have to go too far, though.
You know the trainers were very happy about that. Imagine having to go get him in the end zone, escort him to the bench, and give him the oxygen. They were loving the fact that he got in without having to run very far.
So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way. The fumble return for a touchdown. That's fielded on the back line of the end zone.
The Niners take over 1st and 10 at their own 25.
Back out there comes the 49ers offense ready for their 2nd drive. And that last possession, really a gut punch. You seemingly had it working. You were in the midst of a very strong drive, then suddenly the fumble.
I don't understand his announcer. He said that was a strong drive. It was, well, not even a 3 and out.
There's not much more I can add to that. I thought you summarized it perfectly, partner. You just got to regroup and start putting another drive together. That's all you can do.
Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. Oh, so close to an interception. Read that beautifully. Got his hands on it. Couldn't get it.
Highest overall DB.
And 2nd down.
Now 2nd and 10 at the 25-yard line.
Throwing now is Garoppolo. That's caught by the big tight end, Dallas Goedert. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. They'll try to run for the 1st down with Hunt.
He got it.
Able to take this one up to the 35-yard line.
I wanted to run commit, but I was too nervous. I only give up a easy touchdown, and I just chose the wrong play.
And we didn't see it on that run, did we? Got his shoulder square, just got right into the line of scrimmage and picked it up.
Absolutely picked his lane, went with it, and converted.
Oh, my own guy cut me off.
He's got room to run.
Oh, and I just missed a wide open tackle. Solid.
All the way down inside the 25 before he's out of bounds. A big run by Kareem Hunt. 41 yards on the ground. We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that one looked like it might be another.
When did he break off another run? Big run.
Look, we can't let him get to the 2nd level because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking at the 2nd level, which gets you deeper into the 2nd.
There you go. Devin Bush. Oh, was that Dawson? No, Devin Bush.
They take him down at the 26. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. Now they'll throw with Garoppolo. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6. Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going, and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage.
There you go.
Batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked up by James Bradbury. And to the 12. That's where it stops. The return is halted at the 12-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 12-yard line.
From down at the 12, it's first and 10. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Got a man open. It's Darren Waller. Complete. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage. And tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
Well, that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, totals, numbers, the whole deal. And let's face it, all of them, they all want to be number 1.
Now this one complete downfield on the left side. Touchdown, Packers.
Green Bay.
Damn, Huck is having a good game. 28-23.
And the Packers add 6 to their lead.
And he just threw an interception.
It won't
Oh,
surprise you to
no.
find out that this team leads the league in scoring. They've been a quick strike team all season long. There's another example. They did it again. This offensive coordinator, right now, you can write his ticket towards being a head coach. He's advanced in the ways of offense.
Makes the score.
Nugent tacking on the PAT. And that'll make the score 14-0. Now following the touchdown, Hoff-Richter to kick off. And that's fielded on the back line of the end zone.
Over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Kareem Hunt and the rest of the offense making their way back out there. Those are his numbers through roughly the first half of the season, and given that, you'd have to think he's on pace for a 1,000-yard campaign.
Steady as he goes, steady goes the offense. But you know what else is happening, too? Because they are a team now recognized with the ability to run the football. You've got to be able to throw better now, right? Better throwing lanes, better opportunities for the guys downfield, maybe more one-on-one coverage, which you should be able to beat easier. Yeah, he's establishing not just a tone, but an identity for his team.
And that's a discussion we had a couple days ago in the team meetings talking about this running game opening up the passing game. We'll see if that continues to happen. On first down, they'll run with Hunt. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. But you're down early. How do you get back in the game, maybe establish the run? I think they're trying to do that.
Now, I'm with you on that one, and what I like about the message is that there's no panic from the head coach. He's already told.
Oh, damn. Hit the PS button.
Coordinator,
good hit.
Run the football. Let's get things settled down a little bit and find our way back into this game.
He'll lose a yard on the play, so now they need 3 yards on 3rd down.
Screen.
They'll go screen here.
Good play.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
Way too late.
A gain of 10 and a 49er first down. Charles, Thursday night game. I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a
There you
normal
go.
week.
Schmidt finally making a good play.
So as you said, you shrink the playbook. Pick out the plays that work best for you. You know what else you're looking for? Who are the freshest guys coming off the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
49ers nothing.
On 2nd and 11 now. Garoppolo over the middle.
I didn't realize that the Titans took the lead, but Ian just scored a touchdown, or IHUC just scored a touchdown.
And that one off the mark behind him, incomplete. The Niners on
Good
3rd
pass
down.
rush, Donald.
They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. To throw, it's Garoppolo. And
there you go, good
be
defense.
Incomplete. So a couple of first downs on this drive, but it's looking like another empty possession.
And those empty possessions, they're certainly starting to pile up. So the adjustments that teams talk about all the time have to be taking place. They've got to analyze what's breaking down and figure a way to fix it.
at their own 23.
Packers offense here coming back out for their second drive. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here.
Pause my game just to watch Ian's game.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But this is the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off at all. Don't start looking at the clock. Don't start thinking about, hey, just take care of the football. Keep attacking. Usually the best way to maintain control.
He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard. 2nd and 1.
Oh, I did not see that guy jumping back. Oh, that's bad pass on me. Yeah, I was dumb. And it's Shaquille Griffin. The beast. Dumb play on me.
But that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training. So he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
A gain of 6 there on first.
Damn,
one thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good head of steam going.
He finds Corey Davis, and he's going to get this inside the 30. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
On the 27-yard line.
Here's Hunt. And they've got it in the red zone now, down at about the 19. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3.
There's Garoppolo to throw. His throw
good throw.
And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Corey Davis, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the 49ers are back within a score. And there they got him the ball. Just get it to him, let him do the rest.
You know, he probably said that to his quarterback as he broke the huddle. I like the play call. Just get it to me. I'll take care of the rest of it.
Open out his rack, right? RAC.
Run after catch, and he loves that, and he's going to carry that in at contract time.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 25.
Here comes the field general leading his offense back out there for the next possession. He's got the lead here in the 2nd quarter. He's thrown the touchdown, but also an interception. As a quarterback, does that interception, even though you're playing while your team's got the lead, does that always stick in the back of your mind a little bit?
For the best ones, it just upsets them that they did that because they don't think there should be any blemishes on their record. They think that they're way better than that. So your confidence gets tested a little bit. Being able to go back out there, maybe throw another touchdown, that'll tamp that down in a big way.
Yeah, because he's looked pretty good to this point. They'll look to throw now on first down. And down he goes. The 49ers get there. JPP cruising in for the sack that time.
Pressure can come from all over when you're plotting a defensive strategy. On that particular play, it just came from the outside.
Now left side, a completion to his tight end. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, trying to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
That could be the stop this defense needed to get them back on track. They've been pretty well dissected by the offense here in the first half. After that possession, now they know that they can compete with this offense.
And a tough ask here. They're going to go for it on 4th down and 9.
Should have went for it.
Flushed out right.
Chunk it.
On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line.
Okay.
A young quarterback, Charles, rolling to his right. I know he's right-handed, but is that one that maybe a veteran sticks in his pocket?
I think so, but you have to remember with young quarterbacks, It may take a few years before they get all the stuff out of them that they did earlier in their career or even in their college days when they were used to being dominant. In this case, the NFL veteran defense ended up winning the battle.
Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. Now the pass, and it's into the arms of Hopkins. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last two plays. Garoppolo now, first down throw. Gets this to Kareem Hunt, his running back. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play.
2nd and 4 at the 18-yard line.
Garoppolo looks to throw once more. And he completes it to Hunt. And out of bounds all the way down at the 3. It's a really nice 15-yard pickup, and now it's first and goal.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
2 of their 3 red zone trips so far, they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. And that is incomplete here.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
Oh, come on. Good play.
Into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown. Dallas Goedert, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the 49ers are within an extra point of tying this thing up.
Yeah, let's start.
The kick
It's like I'm back in school. What was that book, you know? It was the best of times, it was the worst of times. This has been a tale of 2 quarters so far. They trailed 14-0 after 1. How about the rally we've been watching?
Yeah, a couple of touchdowns. PAT here to tie it up. This is a good ball game all of a sudden.
25-yard line. The Packers take over 1st and
now here's the signal caller getting ready to lead this offense again. And it was his interception on the last drive that wound up leading to a game-tying touchdown.
And somehow you can make this a positive, though. You know why? Game tied now. So you're not protecting a lead. So you're not playing that way. You got to go get the lead again. So maybe it loosens them up a little bit.
It's caught inside the 25. And he gets it down deep into San Francisco territory.
a 57-yard gain.
The last drive he threw the pick, but he's not shy. He's going downfield again there.
And you can't be, because if you back off after throwing an interception, your whole game plan just goes right out the window, and it makes things easier for a defense. And you and I both know there's a quarterback in this league that's any good that doesn't throw an interception occasionally, and they usually bounce back in a big way. I've seen guys throw 5 and still find a way to win the game in the end.
Line of scrimmage, the 9, 2nd and about a yard. Now here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete. Darren Waller, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd and short.
There defensively.
That's complete, right around the 8. Now the Packers going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Touchdown, Packers! Marquise Goodwin as the first half is winding down. And the Packers have taken the lead.
And that touchdown gives them a touchdown lead before they attempt the extra point. What a great way to end the half.
Yeah, great job to put themselves in front. And now, see on the sideline, special teams defense scrambling, saying we want to preserve this for the final moments of this second quarter. And out a little across the 25 to the 27.
The Niners take over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
49er offense set to get this drive underway. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we'll send you eastward to Orlando. Standing by with that EA Sports halftime report now is Jonathan Coachman. Take it away, Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and CD in a minute. First,
an abbreviated halftime show as we get rolling to quarter 3. So it's the Packers set to receive the kick. They've got the lead as well as we are underway in the third quarter. And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here. So here are the Packers now to take over. Remember, they're riding that 5-game winning streak and right now in the driver's seat in this ball game as well. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Man open, it's Goodwin. Past the 20.
The greatest show on earth, baby.
Touchdown, Packers.
Touchdown, Green Bay.
Marquise Goodwin with touchdown number 3 here in this game and 17 now on the year. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further. And we didn't even get a chance to settle in for that drive. A quick strike of 75 yards, and they find the end zone.
Don't you get the sense that film study was behind this one, that they saw something that they thought they could take advantage of? The key is calling it in the right situation, knowing when it exists to go to it. They did exactly that. They've got to feel really good about what they did in advance of this game.
Just looking down at the sideline now, their defense is like, man, can you have strung that out just a few plays? Give us a break. Back out there.
Hey, man, give that water break and get on out there and play.
Here's a look at the 49ers offense as they make their way out for their first possession of the second half. And their halftime hole now even deeper. They need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. A shotgun snap for Garoppolo.
Come on, defense.
He'll get this one complete to Davis. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. Another first down, this time on a gain of 19.
Not only have they completed a couple on this drive, but they peeled off some pretty good chunks of yardage, too.
Absolutely. Great start. 2 nice plays in the pass game. Now can they continue to feed off that? They'll run on first down.
There you go, Dawkins.
Defensively, a solid response after giving up back-to-back first downs. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
It's a first down on a gain of 10.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field, and here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. On play action, now Garoppolo.
There you go.
Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38. Kyler Fackrell. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. Zero accountability, and a sack resulted. Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
On defense.
From from the gun. It's Garoppolo.
There you go.
And this is intercepted. He was trying to get it to Davis. Picked by Trayvon Mullen.
Well, it's 3rd and long, and you've got a few different ways to play it offensively. But this is not the type of offense that's going to wave the white flag. They're going to keep chucking it. And this time, it results in an interception.
They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. That's complete to his speedy wideout Goodwin. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. And even 30 yards on a play that began back at the 30. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. They'll set up to throw. Deep ball for good. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. Touchdown, Packers. Marquise Goodwin, 41 yards. And that interception key as it leads to the touchdown. And let's count them up now. 1, 2, 3, 4 touchdown receptions for him in this game.
And just one shy of the NFL record. What a great performance. Going up and catching the football, creating space, and finding the end zone. That's what it's all about.
Now following the touchdown, Richter to kick off. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
25-yard line.
And San Francisco gets set to go here. And in enemy territory last time through the interception. We'll see what they do on this drive.
Can't wait to see how it alters what they decide to do in play calling. Do they continue to throw the ball? Do they want to lean more on the running game? It'll be an interesting sequence of plays that they've got coming up.
Does it often affect the play calling with the interception? How much does that change what you do?
I think it does depending on why the interception was thrown. Sometimes it's just a matter of the defense made a great play, so you continue to come back. But if it's on you, if the offense just doesn't have the confidence, if they're a little bit shaky, maybe try and take the pressure off and run the ball.
Hit Dawkins.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up. To throw is Garoppolo. Now they go screen. It's complete. And a good job defensively. They stop him short of the first at the 32. 5 yards, not enough. And it'll be 4th down. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the 1st down. In this case, it didn't happen.
The Green Bay offense now about ready to take possession here. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the 3rd quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
3 yards the gain there, 2nd down.
That's a good job there by the corner. We do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, sure tackle.
Now a man open down the middle of the field. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A gain there of 30 big ones. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. He's letting this one go for... Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. Will Fuller hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Packers add on to their lead. And that'll increase their lead to 28. Scoring summary, 3-play drive. And the result, a Green Bay score.
Sterling Hoffrichter set to kick off.
Now following the touchdown, Hoffrichter to kick off. That's fielded on the back line of the end zone.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Garoppolo now. He completes this into the hands of Miller. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the
Let's go,
clock
Donald.
running.
Need a big play. Need a
Just
big
let
play.
them bleed the game out that way.
Or Miller. On Miller.
Drops incomplete as he got popped as he was throwing it.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has
going for
gone,
it?
and the
Come on,
frustration
man.
of body
Come
language
on.
is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
I want to get more offensive yards, and 27 is not good
on
enough.
4th down. They're going for it. Now they go for it on 4th,
Man,
but
that's
this one's
sketchy.
going to wind up incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Packers are going to get the football back in excellent field position. That's another mistake there on the drop pass on 4th, and we've seen him do things like this all game.
It's not hard to figure out why they're down by that deficit. They haven't made plays that are going to do.
And he's got it. It's caught for a Packers touchdown. Will Fuller with touchdown number 2 in the game, and now 11 on the year. And this offense is running away with this one. Well, they just continue to roll. And, Charles, for you and I, we want the close games, but for them, it has to be so nice to enjoy this big cushion.
I can't remember the last time we saw them play
I'm
this
enjoying
loose and have this much fun. I think they'd love to be able to capture this game, carry it with them from week to week, and be able to execute like this in all the rest of their games.
And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
Yeah, attack down on the special teams. Nice. Dawkins is my special teams.
San Francisco set to go on offense once more. And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the 4th quarter. This would be their 3rd straight defeat.
Man.
Now this one to his running back out of the backfield. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a 1st down. Working from the gun, Garoppolo. Hopkins on the grab over the middle.
Dawkins.
And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the 1st down completion.
At the 44-yard line.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Garoppolo. Hit
And
as he
Donald.
throws there, incomplete.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
The Niners on 3rd down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. Here it's 3rd and 2. And that is incomplete. Defensively, you look at the numbers. Another incomplete pass that we just saw, and they're under 200 yards passing for the game, so they've done their job on that side of the ball.
Yeah, recently I was actually working a game where a quarterback had a streak of 5 straight games without a 200-yard game, and that was a big talk, both in his town and amongst his team. How do we get the passing game going? So big credit to them holding them under 200 today.
The Green Bay offense ready to take over as they try to finish things off in this 4th quarter, and that current 5-game win streak looking like it's going to go to 6. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Escaping the pressure right. Going right, and that's complete. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
The quarterback on the scramble.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain.
They'll go to the air here on 3rd and 2. He's letting this one go for Fuller. And that's caught inside the 35. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers.
Good play, good play.
Will Fuller, 72 yards. And the Packers are pouring it on.
Mike Nugent for the extra point.
The 21st pick back in the 2016 draft, Will Fuller, and we know that he can take the top off of a defense.
He certainly can, and the way that he does it is just straight, pure speed. And I saw it with one of the better defensive coordinators in the league, and I said, how do you defend that? And he said, at times, you absolutely don't. If the quarterback gets time and he heaves it downfield, Will Fuller's going to outrun any coverage you put out there.
This is Tony Pollard. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. Set to take over again here on offense, Jimmy G and the 49ers. And the passing game, I mean, look at the numbers. It's fallen off. When a team is struggling, sometimes you look at the quarterback. When the quarterback starts to struggle, who goes over and picks him up?
Yeah, that's always a big one, isn't it? Usually, there's a quarterback whisperer somewhere. And what I mean by that is, whether it's an assistant coach, whether it's one of his best friends on the team, someone that can get in his ear, get with him and say, all right, my man, what do you need? What's going on here? So there's one person he can lean on. He's got to lean on that guy right now.
Throwing on first is Garoppolo. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Hopkins. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. This duo locked in, 14 yards there, and a first down. Garoppolo looks to throw. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be second down.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
Again, they'll throw with Garoppolo.
Come on,
Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. Kareem Hunt is running back, the intended receiver. And now it's 3rd down.
3rd down and 10.
56. Mike, 56. Right there. 56. Here we go. 56 to Mike. 56.
And yet again, it's Garoppolo. And
good
the throw
hit.
there going to be incomplete.
And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep two eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting two hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit. Even for those big tight ends who you would think can absorb that contact.
1st and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. And this one has gone pretty well to form. They've come in, had little problem thus far, and now they'll try to polish things off in the 4th. He's letting this one go for Fuller. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Eluding the pressure right. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's 3rd. The Packers on 3rd down. They've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. He's letting this one go for Fuller. It got
there
his
you go,
man
Fuller.
complete. It's a big play for the Pack on 3rd. 45 yards. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. They'll look to throw now on 1st down. Flush to his right. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down. That one looks like he'll throw here. Fuller brings it in over the middle. And they move this all the way down to the 9. That's good for 28 yards.
At the 9-yard line.
Offensively, another big chunk of yardage, Charles, but defensively, they had all this talk about trying to limit explosive plays. They have not been able to do that.
They discussed it all week, but they haven't been able to execute it at all. Haven't been able to find a way to slow down this offense. They're seeking answers and not coming up with any.
They'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and goal at the 4-yard line.
And it's caught. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. That time the completion goes for 4 yards, and we're set up with a 3rd and goal.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against...
And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
Mike Nugent for the
A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that's the kind of play he would have made as a rookie because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to his second and sometimes third progression. That was a nice play.
Now Pollard. And he'll be stopped up at the 25.
No way to do that, do that passing.
at their own 25-yard line.
And San Francisco gets set to go here. Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. Just too much to handle on the other side of this one.
Yeah.
First play of the drive there is incomplete.
Josh Allen, Von Miller, and Aaron Donald all over him.
And by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
56 is the mic.
I can't believe they let you play. I can't believe they even let you play.
Garoppolo to try again on second down. Gets this to Kareem Hunt, his
There you go,
running back.
Dawkins.
And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages.
It's just me and you. It's just me and you. It's just me and you. Hot 56. Lutz 56.
Garoppolo looking to throw on 3rd and 2. And he's got the completion to Hopkins.
We got it.
That's good for a 49er. First and 10 at the 50.
Good game. Good game.
Tonight's
A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory, and the defensive guys are just saying, hey, put those points up every week, we'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that
They am
much
putting those
easier
points up
when
every
they're
week.
scoring that many points. Allows them to
Good
play
job,
with
defense.
a totally different style and a different flow.
Offense
So
played
for the
off shit
Packers,
the first
the
half.
win here means it'll be a 7-1 first half of the season. And they'll get a few days to savor this one before they take on the Jacksonville Jaguars. Meanwhile, for the 49ers, their season is on life support somewhat now at 3-6. And they'll try to turn things around next week as they have a...